Hello, 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 everybody. You've got Mike with Riding in the Ozarks and my buddy Bagger Bader's in the house. And of course, Jeff live from the Cat House.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, man, how are you doing? I know we got a couple of people going to be jumping in here. Kyle's going to be joining us tonight from Pig Trail Harley Davidson. I believe Carrie and Andy are sitting right there with you. Oh, looking there, man, talking about the guy, and here he comes. And there's Kyle. I mean, I don't more than say his. I know more than say his name, and here he appears.
Hey, what's up, guys?
You know Kyle's not going to be late. I promise you, he's a very punctual guy, man.
Man, I was late actually by some seconds there, Mike.
That's all right. We cover for you. I barely got done with the intro. I said we've got Kyle join us later tonight, and then pop, here you came. Right on time.
Good to see y'all.
You know, I was just thinking, you hear about the big three down in that neck of the woods, and Tyson and Walmart and JB Hunt, but shit, they ain't got nothing on these three.
Thank you.
We got the big dogs.
I think we got the big three, the real big three.
See here if we can get one more up in here. I think it's trying to connect. I don't see no video for them yet, but it says they're here. We'll see if they got a good connection.
You guys.
We're trying to bring the switch back in. How's the weather down there today, guys?
Hey, it's good. I mean, it's been sunny up here all day. Weather's about 70s. Kyle, about the same down there.
Yeah, we got a little bit of rain that just hit, but it's been nice.
All right, I want everybody in the chat. We got over 20 people in here. Give us a shout out where you're from, how you're doing. We got Evil Rick. We got XAN Biker who will be joining us at Spring Fling. Road Rush Nation's joining us at Spring Fling. Chasing Adventures. Chase, Foster, he'll be there for sure. Road Rush is here. Let's see who else. I'm sure we got some more people going to be joining us. There's Carrie. Oh, we got the Mecco.
Oh, no, you gotta go.
You guys sitting too close to Jeff?
Yeah, they're moving.
Yeah, too much. Too. You'll get that. The two mics are too close together.
How about now?
I don't hear myself echoing back now.
Wait, hey, can I say something real quick, Mike?
Absolutely.
And I know Kyle appreciate that, and I want him to know. So for all you YouTube people and social media people, I want to give an example, just like this.
We're still echo. We gotta go.
But you got
inside.
Road Rash Nation made a little video for YouTube, and I'm telling you, man, for people like me and Kyle, she did a great job. I don't know if you've seen it, Kyle, but Road Rash Nation, they got a little YouTube channel. She made a very quality video, kind of said what was on her mind and all that stuff. And I'm telling you, all that little stuff they do for Spring Fling, we really appreciate it, because that's what ultimately makes this rally. And every one of y'all that does that and puts our names out there, I think we all feel honored to be a part of that. I mean, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, Kyle.
No, absolutely, man. Y'all bring people to the Ozarks. It's a great place. We try to do our part and give them something cool to come check out. And y'all, put your referral out there, man. It makes a big difference. So I agree with Jeff. Thank y'all very much for what you do.
Witchcraft Cycle Works is in the house. I know they'll be joining us. I think Saddle Tramp may be coming back too this year, Jeff. He reached out to me. He's going to see if he can make that work. So,
hey, we'll tell him.
Andy, you're still muted.
We're trying that. We can't hear anything. We're going to fix it here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, so when it comes to those Saddle Tramp, we'd love to have them here. We built this rally based on hometown values. You know what I mean? That's kind of, and again, I don't want anybody to think I'm speaking for anybody else. I know Kyle's online, but for us, it was built about, because we know our town here, and we know about the riding, and it was something that was uniquely Eureka, and Kyle's been on board with this, and with him having a sister store here, which I think, Kyle, you've got some announcements about that I think are huge. I mean, if you're into Harley stuff and merchandise, Kyle is the best in the country during Spring Fling, because he has a huge section in his store up here where he does a half price sale. I think in the volume he does and stuff like that, that's a big part of Spring Fling. And I mean, let's let Kyle tell us what he's got going on in his events. How about that, Kyle?
Well, are y'all good with me chiming in?
Absolutely. And we're pretty unstructured, and it's just kind of
Well,
whoever
cool.
can get a word in edgewise, get with it.
All right. Well, I do got to hop off here pretty quickly, so I do appreciate it. So what Jeff was talking about, we've got a outlet store at Pine Mountain across from our main Eureka Harley store, and it's going to be full of half off merchandise. Melody, she buys all of her merchandise, and she's like the best in the business. She's a hawk. She's always finding good deals. So people that are coming to town are going to have a great opportunity to pick up some new threads at a value. And then this year we booked out the all out dyno drags, some of Mike's buddies up there in Missouri. They got the dyno machine. So Friday and Saturday at Eureka, man, you can go hook your motorcycle up to the dyno and get a little competitive. So we're excited to bring them on board and fill up the parking lot. We got some great vendors coming in. Another exciting announcement, Polly's Burgers open at our complex. So we are a entertainment district temporarily, so we'll be able to have people get buy beer and walk around the property, which is cool. And then we got some Spring Fling specific t-shirts that Melody had designed. So brand new design. They're on our flyer. If you want to check out pigtrailhd.com and go to our events section, or on our Facebook page, we've shared it out and advertising it. So that's some of the exciting stuff. And Rogers, you know, everybody likes to get out and ride their motorcycles. Saturday, I'm going to have demo rides here, so people can come demo ride a motorcycle. We're going to make it a little bit of a longer route, so they're going to get a good 20 miles on the bike and get a real good feel for it. And then Friday of the rally, if anybody's interested in an adventure ride, TJ, the Henri one's going to be leading the Kick and Rocks ride. That's going to be pretty cool. So check that out. And Friday at Rogers, the Christian Motorcycle Association, they're going to be doing a free breakfast over here. So if you want to start your morning with a free breakfast and then hit the roads, come see us down here at Rogers, y'all.
All right. So I'm not the only one that's done the dyno drags. I've actually put my bike on them before. And I raced Jerry from Wagonator's Wacky Crusade, who's in the chat tonight. Jerry, are you guys coming to Spring Fling? Give us a shout out there in the chat. Let us know if you guys are coming down. But we raced, and he did outrun me, I have to admit, but it was for charity. And he does have a little slightly bigger motor than me. So that's what I'm going to blame it on.
Good job, Jerry.
But Kyle, if you'll loan me a 121, I'll give him a rematch.
I got a 135.
You got 135 I can put on the dyno?
It's on the showroom.
All right. Get
And
somebody to
what
bring
do you
that thing over and put that on the dyno, and I'll record it.
And Kyle, you got stuff Saturday too, right?
Yeah, so we got the Saddle Up with Sandoval ride. It did sell out, but he's going to be ending here in Rogers. So if anybody wants to come hang out with Adam here at the end of the day, he's going to be giving a bike away, and there will be some other chances to win. He's going to be giving away one of his lodging. So even if you're not going on the ride, you can buy into that, and all the proceeds from that, we're giving it to the CVMA. So the goal is to raise 30 grand for them, help some veterans out, which we're pretty excited about. 200 riders already sold it out, so it's a pretty cool deal. And then
All right.
Rogers, man, Rogers, we're gonna have a huge selection of new and used motorcycles. We got a ton of the 24s, man, every color you could think of. You know, come put your hands on them, drool on them. I'm here to make some dreams happen. I got a great used bike selection, man. You know, everybody gets caught up on what it takes to own. I promise you, if you give us a shot, we'll make it easy to own.
Right
Well,
on.
this whole month you've got something special going on down there, like special.
Yeah. So we got a promotion. It's triple no down payment, no interest, 90 days, no payments for 120 days. So you could come enjoy Spring Fling and not have to spend your money on your, down payment or your first payment. Go enjoy most of the summer before you make any payments. So, we got a lot of tools to get you on a bike. Not only those advertisements, but my team's creative. We work hard for our customers to try to structure the deal and get people enjoying new Harleys, used Harleys, whatever floats your boat.
Sounds like Jeff's been eyeballing that no deal. He seems
Well,
pretty.
it caught my attention. You know what I mean?
It seems like he's paying attention to what you got going on there, Kyle.
Hey,
I'm
You,
doing that too.
you need to get him in a corner and pin him down.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, I'll be straight up honest with you, man. I mean, we could not do Spring Fling or do anything that we didn't do if we didn't have our local dealer to help us out with these things. And I'm telling you, I'm an old school dinosaur MFer. You know what I mean? Facebook friendly. And people that do what they say they're going to do and want to build stuff from the core are local people. Kyle's family is from here, man. He knows what he does. He runs a quality show. If somebody feels like they're upset or jilted, I happened to read one of his reviews the other day about somebody said something they didn't feel like they were right. The first person that answered him was Kyle. That's being a man. I'm going to deal business with people that are men. I shake Kyle's hand. He does what he's going to do. I think he's a great representative of this community, and we value his relationship. So I want him to be successful because that's what makes Spring Fling successful. This place was built on the values of Arkansas and the values of a small family in a small town. That's what makes this place wonderful, on top of the riding. He's got his new restaurant opening up, Polly's and stuff like that. Hey, I'm telling you what, man, I'm just going to drop some names. There's a new pub up here in Eureka. We've heard about it. It's called McGarrity's Pub. It's open up. Marshall and them's got a Wagyu thing over at Rockin' Pig, man. He's got his meat line coming out there along with Polly, so he's kicking it. There's a new restaurant right on top of Eureka Springs Live called Peckers. You know what I mean? Imagine that. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a real good chicken place. I mean, every year there's something new that happens out here. That's what's great about Eureka Springs. And maybe I got long
staples, man. You got the Cat House and the Boyums, Switchback Bar. Y'all got it going on, dude. People that come to this rally have a lot to look forward to. The riding's great, the food's great, the bars are great, and it's a killer community. So,
and we're all working together. So that being said, hey man, can I say something about how Eureka Springs and Kyle and the other events that are coming up here, and then I'll let Carrie go real quick. Carrie, you here?
I'm here.
Oh, thank you. Hey, listen, we're trying to talk, Carrie.
Yeah.
Carrie, it's all right. Carrie, I'm just saying, it's all right with your mom on the motorcycle milk.
Oh,
okay,
I know we're working on that. We're working on it.
Up here with this rally, we couldn't do it without Andy and Carrie. So just to tell you what's going on at the Cat House. So the Cat House, of course, is where Miss Spring Fling is going to be again. It's been every year. Friday night, best dressed biker chick. Saturday night, bikini contest. Must be present both nights to win. It's $500 in cash. A trip to Mexico this year. We'll hook that up. We have bands starting on Wednesday night, going all the way through to Sunday afternoon. You have vendors, which we've never really done in the parking lot this year. We have Papa's Leather Barn. We got Mexi Phil with the bandanas. We have a detailer, a bike detailer. We have the Arkansas, Missouri DOT here with Look Twice for bikers. So the Cat House is going to be an entertainment extravaganza this time. We always got your free parking coming there. We've got food. Town's going to be swamped, but we have multiple food places to come. Again, bands all weekend. And then one quick announcement: the last minute, man, we put together a bike show. It's going to be at Switchback. Carrie, I'll tell you about that. I don't want to preempt that. I just want to shout out to Ray at Witchcraft Cycles and them. They did this last minute. Carrie's going to tell you about it and stuff like that. But Eureka Springs is going to be off the hook this year. Everybody on all sides of the city are going to be there and got something going on. Look at their individual events or go to springflingrally.com. We'll put as many events up there as we can. We'll try to get all Kyle's stuff on there, Switchback stuff on there, Legends, all those people. We got all the rides. There's more poker runs at this rally. Might as well call this the poker run rally. Everybody wants their own little run this time. But Andy's got the Hog Wild run going out on Saturday. That's always been the really run of the Spring Fling. But the more the merrier. Come up here. Yeah, it's a
Kyle.
good run. But I guess we'll throw it over to Carrie, man. And
Wait,
come to Spring Fling, it's a blast. The weather's going to be great.
real
I think
quick-
Steve's got a question.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah.
For us single guys, you forgot the most important thing at the cat house. And that's those cat house girls.
Hey, I'll tell you, man. We're going to come loaded, man. We've got some extra special ones coming in. And listen, man. Here, man, it's more about their character and personality. We try to get the best every year, and that's part of being at the cat house, Steve. You know where you'll be, man. I don't have to play that off, man. I'll see you here, bro.
Steve, make sure that you bring your bike dirty because I've got some girls that will be washing them.
Oh yeah, Carrie's loaded
Yeah,
too.
I got some
Yeah.
the KC motor babes coming in to wash bikes, so bring them dirty.
Hey, and Carrie will tell you about it. The other thing we really want to make a big deal of this year, we really want to promote. We got the parade coming into. There's no motorcycle parades that happen in Eureka Springs ever, but we have a parade that has happened every year now. It's the biggest thing of Spring Fling Rally. It goes from the switch back to here. It's going to be extra special this year. We really want to make that something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So make sure we're kickstands up. Carrie will tell you about that. Carrie, take it over.
Yeah. All right. So, we've got that parade that will be Friday, but I'm going to start it out that Tuesday. I've got my vendors that will be kind of getting set up and everything. So we're going to get this party started. But actually Thursday, I am going to do the kickoff with beers and boobies. So I hope that I see a bunch of those coming out on Switchback with live music with Gypsy Outcast. This gal seriously rocks. So she's from Kansas City. I've got her from 4 to 7, along with my vendors. I got a bunch of vendors that are coming in. It keeps on growing each year with them. I've got Two Wheels Down, Biker Apparel, the KC Motor Babes, Pig Daddy. They do a bunch of detailing. And then I've got the Wind Rider patches. I just got a bunch of fun and really cool vendors coming through. And then Friday, I have live music all day. I got Naked Jake, Donnie Kuntz, Gypsy Outcast again. They're going to be there from 4 to 7. And then we've got the Moto Meetup. But in between, as Jeff was saying, we have decided that we're going to do a bike show. And I have, this happened just like an hour ago, that Witchcraft Cycle Works, they're going to host it. So we're working on details on that, and I will get that out tomorrow about the classes and everything, but that's going to be a big thing. And then we're going to do the parade from from Switchback at 7 o'clock, and then we're working on the route so that you can experience Eureka Springs and then come down to the cat house and then just, continue your party.
Yeah.
And then what?
No, I said yeah.
Can I get a yeah?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Keep the party going. And then Saturday we have our poker run, the Hog Wild, which has been, really, really cool. We've got some good roads that we want you guys to experience, a raffle, and, again, we've got the ladies that are going to be washing your bikes, and we got live music. Again, we got Vince Turner, who's super, super cool. He's like the Bob Seger down to your classic rock and everything. I'm Naked Jake and Mr. Orange, who is a new band that is outside of Eureka Springs, who, really, really has a cool show. And then we have, with the Moto Meetup, I just want to tell you that you guys have an opportunity to meet Bert the dog, and we've got Riding in the Ozarks. We got Firecracker that's going to be there. Jay Sorsby, we've got Witchcraft, we got Riding with the Mermaid, we've got the Badgers, we've got a bunch of motovloggers that will be there, and this will give you a chance to meet them, and then kind of get up personal and do the parade. So we've got so much going on that it's going to be a good time, like the whole package. Eureka Springs, Cat House, everybody, Harley, Switchback. I mean, it's getting bigger and better every year.
I'm excited about it.
I got more, but I'm gonna announce it later.
No, that's okay. So
Hey, Mike. So check this out. So some of the key points, and I'll tell you from doing this rally, I think that's what the public likes to hear. So Kyle's deal where he offers his little room in the back, that's your his overstock stuff, and he's cutting out the price. I'm telling you, the Badgers have mentioned it. A lot of people have mentioned it's a great deal for any kind of apparel you want there. It's a great thing to see. You got Adam and him giving away a Harley Davidson. I understand that the 200 riders is full to capacity now, but you know that somebody's going to win that Harley down there, and that money's going to veterans. Please support that fucking deal. Excuse my language. The carrying them got some stuff out there going on with the bike show. It's the first time that we just did this in the last hour, man. It's going to be a pretty big deal. The details, like Carrie said, will come out tomorrow. Kyle and them, if y'all don't know, they opened a restaurant. Polly's is actually right next door to them up there at Pine Mountain. So not only is he going to have the entertainment going up there in Eureka Springs and the Dino Drags and all that, you got a new restaurant up there. You got to try it. You know what I mean? And so I mean, it's really nowadays people can find reasons to be adverse or whatever. But the thing is, what the few of us that have been doing this for years now, folks, man, Spring Fling has grown organically because of the people that you're talking to right now. And we want to make this about the better rally and a growing rally each and every year. Come experience the things that we know that happen every day, and come see us, man.
Well, we're definitely all here, a big fan of Spring Fling, and we're coming. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be, if things work well, I'm going to be riding a demo bike for me to do a review on and stuff. So I'll be riding something different this year, maybe. So it'll whole be a different experience for me. But we're looking forward to it. We're planning on getting down there Thursday night. And I want to say thank you to all of you guys. I know Kyle's already stepped away, but Carrie and Andy and Jeff and Angela and everybody for your hospitality, inviting us into your town, trying to make it easy for us to come and see and be a part of everything. And you guys make everybody, not just the moto vloggers or the YouTubers, but everybody feel welcome. That's part of what I like about that small town. It's not like Daytona where nobody knows nobody. Everybody's just kind of wandering around looking to see what to do. Spring Fling is still, it's getting bigger, but it's still small enough that you guys get to treat people and say hi to them, and you see them year after year, and you still know who they are, and you're still out there mingling with the guests, helping, direct traffic or park bikes or slinging burgers or bringing drinks or whatever you got to do to make people happy. And that's one reason we love going to this. Nick Don, I don't know what to tell you, man, besides you got a motorcycle, bitch. Friend of mine.
Can I tell a story about the first time I met Carrie?
You can tell. Yeah. You go ahead and tell this story. Was there alcohol involved?
There was.
Oh, that makes it even better.
So, being from Kansas City, I had messaged her, didn't know who she was, just said, hey, I drive by your facility, don't know what the hell it is, but it looks like a blast. And so she filled me in on, hey, we're a bar and so on and so forth. I said, well, hey, I'll tell you what, when we come down, I got a crew from Kansas City, and we're going to stop at your joint and have a couple beers.
Yeah.
And so we got down there, and it wasn't open yet. We got there too early. I messaged her,
but
5 minutes later with a big old smile on her face. She took care of all of us. Now, you go to most places, most parts of this country, that ain't going to happen. So that's testament to how much these two work their ass off to show everybody a great time.
Yeah. If the gates close and I hear a burnout on the street, I'll open up the gate. Yeah. And then, I'll get you a cold beer. Yeah. So I'm not going to show pictures. Yeah. But I got a couple pictures from that day.
Okay.
Nick's gonna let a little thing like work interfere with Spring Fling. I mean, I don't know what to say about that, and that's just not right. Busted says he hasn't got to meet you yet, Carrie, but I'm sure he will this year on Friday night because he'll be at the Moto meetup and do the parade with us. I know he's coming into town, so you'll get to meet Busted Knuckles this year. And Chase says Carrie's way nicer than Andy. I mean, Andy's never been mean to me, and he's brought me plenty of beers. He works his ass off too.
Yeah.
Just bring a hockey puck with you. Bring a hockey puck with you.
I'm out right now.
Andy will be nice. Bring a hockey puck, man.
Yeah. I told him to be nice.
It'll be nice.
Uh,
Well, you guys, if you got anything else you want to say about Spring Fling, but I just want to tell people that we just got back from Daytona, and Steve just went to Arizona Bike Week, and it was my first time at Daytona, and I've done Bike Fest and Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue and Spring Fling for years now, and it's a totally different environment. Not that people aren't having a party and having a good time here, but it's at Daytona. It kind of feels like it's a bike show or a bar, or go down to the speedway and watch the slingshots drive through where all the motorcycles are supposed to be, and stuff like that. And there's some great things there, but there's only one scenic ride. And I was there 8 days and I had to do it twice because I was jonesing for a good ride, So, and you get down to Eureka Springs. Somebody said, well, which way should I go out of there to find a good road? And I said, pick a direction and go. You'll find a good road. You can't not find a good road.
Well,
Yeah.
and Mike, I think you hit on it directly. So the Spring Fling really grew, man, from we were just talking about it one time in a bar here in Eureka Springs. And the thing is, it grew organically, and it grew from people who rode bikes, who actually do the thing. And it grew from a bunch of wild women here in Eureka. I promise you. I mean, the first weekend we had, that's how Miss Spring Fling came up. It was a last minute thing. And Miranda, the most beautiful 6'3" blonde chick that is the granddaughter of Turpentine Creek, won the first Miss Spring Fling contest just because we had such a blast. She came, and that's just Eureka. So this thing has grown organically from a bunch of guys that really ride bikes up here, like the mountains, can handle the mountains. I'd say better than novice riders, and a bunch of wild women. How can that go wrong, bro? Steve, you got to agree on that.
Absolutely.
I agree on that too.
Hey,
Gary's one of them. Gary's one of them.
Hell yeah. I'm at Arizona Bike Week, right? And Sunday morning, I go down to Cave Creek where the bars are. And the Roadhouse has quite a few vendor tents. And as soon as I kind of told them where I was from, they're like, I hear Arkansas is just kick ass. And I'm like, you can't believe it, guys. It's some of the best. I don't know how you make it better. Everything's a curve. If you like curves, it's heaven.
Every road is good, and you just hope to get lost so that you discover another one. So that's one thing too that that's why we're down here, and that we love to tell people, hey, you know what, get out there, enjoy the roads, and then come on back, and I'll take care of some road dust and chase it with a cold beer and some good music and stuff. So, but I mean, any road you go on, it's going to be a good one.
Well, it's back to the hometown philosophy here too. The other thing is to just when you leave here and go outside of Eureka Springs, Switchback, your little neighborhood bar out there that's just going to be popping. If you go out there, there's some other bars out there across the Missouri border. And when you come in town, it doesn't matter which way you go. On the way down to Kyle's, down there in Rogers, there's some places down there. I mean, it's just, you can't go wrong. There's beautiful restaurants all over the place. I'm telling you, if you like pie like me and Steve do, there's some great pie places all over the place. You know what I mean? I'm trying to watch my figure, so we're going to lay off the pie this year. So.
Oh, that pie. Okay.
Yeah, no, come on. Let's keep it clean. Gary's on there, man.
I think
But I just rode that new Road Glide ST at Vegas, and I was talking to some of the guys from Harley Corporate there at Vegas, because I was in the room with the CEO, the VP of Design, the Global Vice President of Marketing, engineers, and this and that. I'm like, how come I never see you guys at Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue? You guys are that's one of your big rallies. You give away a bike there, and only one of the guys that were staying in the group had actually been to Eureka Springs and rode that area. And I mean, they were talking to Brad Richards, the VP of Design for Harley Davidson. Ultimately, in the end, he's responsible for all the design changes on the bikes and everything else. And Brad's into old school bikes too. And, he's a really cool guy if you ever get to see any interviews with him or anything else. And he asked him, he was like, well, if I went, where would I want to stay? And he said, without a doubt, Brad, knowing you want to stay in Eureka Springs. You'll
Mhm.
love that area. That's the kind of thing that he would be into. And I've been trying to talk him into coming and riding with us for Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue and stuff, because this area is just so amazing to ride in. And I told them guys, I said, we were riding that bike on the track, and we were talking about it and how I was dragging the feelers on the kickstand and the footboards and stuff. And I'm like, this bike would get me in trouble back home, because it'd be like riding a racetrack full time everywhere I went.
Right.
As far as I could go, because you could have that much fun on these roads, because they're those kinds of roads.
Hey, where's Angela?
She's got it there. Want me to have her
You're-
get her?
Arkansas Dragon, Pig Trail, the Moonshiners Run. There's all kinds of great roads. I love the road across from Cassville over there, the big scenic outlook going toward Forsyth. When you come down to Forsyth and go across Peels Ferry, I mean, two or three of my favorite roads of all time anywhere in the country are right there, and I've been to Sturgis. I've rode Iron Mountain Road and Needles Highway. I've rode the Loop now at Ormond Beach, and when it comes to curvy roads for people that want to ride, this rally has everything you need.
There's a lot. Yeah, we've got like the Grand Canyon of Arkansas. Every single road is awesome.
No, that's part of the experience, and the other thing too is, man, is because you still got that small town atmosphere. So when you walk around the places, not only are you experiencing Eureka, you're meeting the people that own these joints. I mean, Andy and Carrie are going to be there at their place. Andy and Carrie, I'm telling you, when they close down their joint, they're going to be at the places at night. They're going to experience the rally. They're going to be right there with you. You're not talking about just owners that are here to get as much profit as they can during the rally. You're talking about owners that are actively in this lifestyle. So come join, have a party with us, man. I'm short on time, man. I hate to say that, man, but I mean, I'm telling you, the Spring Fling is growing every year, man. It's grown from, just like I said, it's guys that ride bikes. Some of the better riders come to this rally. I mean, we got some stunt riders coming in. You know what I mean? They're gonna be a part of the parade. I've heard there's some drag race challenges. I don't think we want to talk about that right now. It's kind of some under the cuff stuff. You know what I mean? But talk to us. You know what I mean? So there's some stuff going on out there. You know what I mean?
You
So
gotta get it on. Yeah, there's
yeah,
more to
you'll
come.
see. I mean, come see Eureka Springs, man. You'll have a blast. Spring Fling 2024, and Jeff signing off. Steve, Mike, we love you, man. Come see us.
All right, thank you, Jeff, for your time.
All
Tell
right,
Angela we said
see you
hi.
guys. Spring Flings in the house.
All right, Carrie, you got anything else? You done?
No, I look forward to seeing you guys.
All right. Well, we can't wait to see you. Weather's good.
All
We'll
right.
be in Thursday
You
night.
too.
If the weather's bad Thursday night, then I'll see you Friday morning.
You'll be the first
Awesome.
stop as
We'll
always.
be here.
I'll get you out of here, Jeff.
All right.
All right. Goodbye. All right. So I've got if somebody else who is set up for streaming that's got a channel or something that wants to jump on here and talk a little bit about Spring Fling with us, somebody that's been there or somebody that wants to know more about it, let me know. I'll try and throw you a link on Instagram or something like that. So, man, Steve, sounds like they've got a hell of a lineup going on for us this year. Every year, this thing just gets bigger and bigger and better and more things going on. I mean, there's an adventure bike ride this year, it's Adams ride. We've got the parade. I don't know. I think Saturday, I mean, I've thought about do I want to do a ride? But there's so much going on. I don't know that I want to compete with everything else. I don't want people to have to choose between too many things. And I think part of it is letting, people not feeling like this is an event rally. It's come do your thing. We're here for whatever you want to do. I may do the Pig Trail this year and swing back up through Oark and across over toward Harrison or something else, because I'm going to be riding a bike that I want to do a real review on, and I want to show people what that bike is like to ride it someplace with curvy roads. Some people think you got to have some kind of little sport bike to get down and jiggy with it on a curvy road, but that's not the case.
No.
So,
I'm
looking forward to it.
I think a big part of the success of this event is the fact that we've got 2, 3, counting Kyle, people that ride motorcycles. This isn't like a city hall meeting with a bunch of city officials trying to put a motorcycle rally on. These are motorcyclists putting a rally on.
Are you talking about Bike Fest?
Well,
Oops, did I say that out loud? Now, some of the people involved in Bike Fest do ride and stuff, but I think that's one of the things is it's a committee deal, and not everybody on the committee gets the lifestyle, like lives the lifestyle to really get the lifestyle at Bike Fest. And I know they're working on that, and they're trying to, help people understand, and they're trying to learn from other rallies and stuff. Witchcraft said, send us an invite. So what are the dates for Kevin says? Well, it is, I think, the 18th or 17th through the 21st. Yeah. It's that weekend. Just we're like,
does it start on Wednesday? That might be the 16th. I can't remember.
I think it starts on Wednesday the 17th, but we're not going to get there till the 18th. And then Friday's the 19th, and I think Saturday's the 20th. Isn't that right? They're doing 420 on Saturday this year.
Wink, wink.
Let's see. I'm trying to look over here. Yep. Had to look around the camera at the calendar, but yeah, the 20th is on a Saturday. Not that I'll be doing any 420 stuff, but I'm not judging. Y'all do what you are into, whatever's your thing.
That's the beauty of this rally is it's really, you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to just lay low and chill, you can. If you want to kick it up in the high gear, they got all the fun and excitement you could ever want.
I'm getting the link here for our friends.
Hey, while you're doing that, here's this. I think this is so important. So I just got back from Arizona Bike Week, and I don't know all the specifics, so I don't want to talk too much. But apparently, there's a little disagreement or power struggle on exactly how that bike show's going. There's kind of two different areas. There's Cave Creek. There's Westworld. That's the beauty of this. You've got two of the bigger bar owners in town, and they're hand in hand. And
right.
They understand that it's better for us to be a team, get along, than to be opponents.
Right. Let's pull in the same direction instead of pulling away, fighting over it, and making it more controversial or more difficult for people to enjoy. And that's what said. I mean, I get people ask all the time about doing a ride with me, but Adam's got a ride going on Saturday. There's another ride on Friday. I don't want to make it where people have to choose, that kind of thing. I just want people to go, enjoy, have a good time. I mean, if you're not into one of those other rides and you want to go do the Pig Trail on Saturday, I think that's probably what me and my crew are going to go hit some scenic roads. But everybody can do their own thing. The mill's a great ride, go to the dealership, get you some breakfast, go head out through the mill. You'll enjoy that. Then maybe head down to the Pig Trail. You can't go wrong whichever way you go. You head up into Missouri, go across from Cassville to the Flat Eagle, where the giant cock is. I mean, rooster. So, it's going to be a good time no matter what.
Absolutely. Yeah, another fun little stop is the Cave Bar in Missouri. And that's always a fun stop. We sometimes hit that on our way home. I think that's over in Pineville, Missouri.
Well, there's great riding everywhere. I don't know what all they've got going on. Hey, where are you going? Come here. You get your ass in here. Somebody peeked around the corner. I'm going to put her on camera now. Get down here and say hi. Go ahead and put that low-cut shirt on and step around the corner.
Yeah. I think there's our first contestant for Miss Cat House.
Miss Spring Fling?
Miss Spring Fling, yeah.
She said no. Bill, Ray, I sent you guys a text, a link on Facebook, and I think you must have got it because I said it to everybody because I wasn't sure which count you guys were under. Hello, Ray.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Good.
Want to say
hey? Hey, Ray.
I'm here.
Hey, Bill, my cup's bigger than yours.
So
Bill's over there
yeah,
ranching.
so we got asked about an hour ago about doing a bike show, and we said yes.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
that may be a little bit of my fault. I didn't tell them who, but I told them somebody asked if there was going to be a bike show when I was talking to them earlier their day, and they said, "You
Right.
know what? If we're going to do that, we should get Witchcraft Cycle Works involved." And I just let it go. I was like, "That'll be interesting when that phone call happens."
Yeah, no pressure.
Sorry, the bus was coming and I just jumped.
No, it is all good.
You got that's up you guys' alley anyway.
Well, yeah.
You've won more than one.
It's more fun just to compete, just to be in it. I don't care about the trophies.
Right. It's cool to meet like-minded people that are into building their bikes and customizing them and things like that. When that's your thing and you get to hang around for 2 hours at a bike show and talk to other people, and even if their bike doesn't win, they might have done this one little thing that is so unique and so cool. Maybe it wasn't something everybody else even noticed, but maybe as a builder or a customizer, you notice, you realize, oh, that's not stock, but they made it look like it was part of the bike, like it was factory, and it's not.
Yeah. Well, he's more than qualified, that's for sure.
Boy, have I got you fooled. I don't know if we're going to get Ray Ray's chopper done in time for this weekend, but I guess I'm probably going to take the witch down at least. Everybody seems to like that one.
My road glide's going to have a brand new
Find that
paint
guy.
job, so I'm excited about maybe I might throw that in there.
Bring the new paint job.
Yeah.
Lone Cowboy Adventure says they're leaving KC Friday morning. Had all my vacation stuff. Dates messed up. I've never been in the cat house. Well, everybody should be in the cat house at least once. It's a lot more fun to be in the cat house than it is the dog house. Promise you that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, in between the switchback and the cat house, oh my God, I lost count of how many content creators have signed up for this.
Yeah, and actually, I've got to get. I thought I had it on there, then I saw it posted, and I don't have it on there. I got to get Road Rush's logo on there too. Road Rush Nation's going to be there. The Badgers, everybody here in the stream, JS, Busted Knuckles, XAN, Chasing Adventures. He probably because he's new doesn't want it thrown out there, but I'm sure he'll be around there. Steve was like, "Don't put my logo on there. I don't really count." Because what are you up to, Steve? What's your count now?
Hey, Arizona Bike Week was good to me. I've got 62 subscribers, and I had my first video go over 1,000.
Hey.
Moving up in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I mean, most importantly is like do it because you have a passion, because you're enjoying it, because you like what you're doing. If you want to do this because you want to make money, don't do motorcycle content. Do something that everybody can relate to. But if you're just doing this because you want to have a good time and you want to talk about the things that you're passionate about or share with people the things you're doing, then more power to you. I heard somebody talking the other day on a podcast, and they were talking about how crappy the content on YouTube is for quality and this and that. And they're entitled to their own opinion. But to me, YouTube is the Wild West. And none of us get to decide what it should or shouldn't be. It's what the collective decides. What people want to watch is what they'll see, and if your feed is getting filled up with content that you think's crappy, then I don't know what to, keep scrolling, or maybe you're looking for something that nobody else is interested in making. I don't know what your expectations are, but YouTube's not just an artist type content creator place. It's a community place. Some videos, like my channel, is more informational. I do reviews or installs or things like that. I'm not particularly funny. Maybe if you get enough liquor in me, I can get you to laugh, but till once in a while a witty comment or something. But I'm not here for that. I'm not trying to be, a stand-up comedian or an entertainer. I'm just sharing what I'm doing, sharing my opinion, and who's to say that that's not the right thing to do or not what YouTube should be about? Everybody should be doing their own thing.
We are here mostly because you told us we had to. After a couple years of prying and pushing, we finally started one.
All I told you was it was nothing to be afraid of. I think you guys do some interesting stuff. I think there's an audience out there for you. They just have to discover you. And that's the way it is with YouTube. I think there's an audience probably for everything on YouTube. There's someone out there somewhere that's going to be into whatever content it is, no matter whether it's, somebody made the comment to me about a particular channel, and they were surprised that I don't really watch that channel. And it's not that they don't make good content, but when I watch their channel, I feel like I'm watching TV. These shots are set up, this is this way. It's high production value and it's very high quality, but it's not what I get on YouTube for. If I wanted that, I could go watch the latest, Jason Momoa movie or, Keanu Reeves or whatever, and have that kind of production quality. I don't get on YouTube for that. It's a different, for me, I want it to be a different experience. I want it to be real people seeing what real people are doing in the real world. It's reality TV with it still being reality TV, not the scripted shit. Not that people don't script their videos or think them out and try and make them, collectively, do a good job of presenting them, but it's not, the majority of it's not for just, because we're in this to see how much money we can make with this story.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's YouTube's an opportunity for you to watch whatever you want to watch, and what you can create whatever you want to create if you want to have a channel. And that's what attracted me. But I still think YouTube's in its infancy. A lot of people I talk to are like, when I tell them I have a YouTube channel, they don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I think there's still going to be a tremendous amount of growth as we go forward.
I have to make a confession that I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I'm a content creator. We're on here and, we're doing our best, but I actually don't watch a lot of it because I'm out here in the shop working most of the time. And I wish I had more time to watch some of the stuff that everybody's putting out there, because there is some really interesting stuff that some of these guys are putting out there.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword when you start becoming a content creator, because it takes you longer to do the things you do when you stop to film them and you set the camera up and you try and get the angles right and you think about what you want to say, because you don't want to stumble through it and go and things like that. Well, but you do stop and think about it, and the more you do it, the better you get at the ad hoc stuff. But you try and make an effort trying to make it good for the audience and not be an idiot, and that means taking time to think about, okay, well, what do I want to show them? Oh, we don't want to miss this part. They need to see this because that helps tie together what we're building or what we're telling or what we're talking about. And, so it's, no matter what the quality level of the content is, everybody's working at it, and it takes you longer to do whatever it is if you're trying to record it. That means that's less time for consuming. I used to consume a lot more content than I do now, but between work and stuff like that, I just don't get to consume as much. I try and watch, videos about how to lower a soft tail, things like that. Arizona Bike Week. When I get a chance, I feel your pain. I don't get to watch stuff as much as I would like. So we got some comments here. Jay said, I don't know how to define my channel. Just a guy trying to have fun. Absolutely.
There you go.
That's how we are.
Be yourself.
Mhm.
Bingo.
Mike, is bike life on a low or no budget? LOL. Well, that's kind of true. I am not rich. If I was rich, I'd have a 2024 in the garage already, but I don't. And I'm at the we've got some things going on, and my bike is all cleaned up, and I buffed the paint and everything else. I got to finish doing the chrome, and I got to film a video, and it's probably getting a for sale sign on it. And hopefully, if I sell it, I'll get a 2024. But there's no guarantee of that.
Hey,
there she is. And Bozeman said, you better holler at me when you're down here. So we will make sure we holler at you, bro. Hey, Jess, who else is in the house, Firecracker? No more than you get on the screen, he says, what's up? Mr. Jerry Hawkins, what's up? I sent him a text the other day. We were up in KC. Yeah, Steve, what's up with this knuckleheads place, man? And people like walking around the street naked when they get thrown out of the bar. Is that typical?
So kind of anything goes there. So as you're driving to Knuckleheads, there's a row of houses, and there's shitholes. And I always call it the gauntlet. I go, okay, I got to make this left turn down the gauntlet. And you're just driving down, just praying to God, fucking AR-15s don't start firing off at you, because it's a pretty shady part of town. But they do a great job of security and lighting up the area around it. And but it is such a kick-ass place.
So is there like a bar part that you don't pay to get into that you just can go hang out in? Because our friends bought tickets for a band for a concert, and there was multiple going on that night. So we went in one venue, but you couldn't go anywhere else. So I didn't know if there was ever like just a bar part you go into that doesn't necessarily have entertainment, doesn't necessarily cost you a cover.
Yeah, in the evenings they have bands playing in 2 different buildings, and there's like 4 different stages. You're going to pay when the bands are there. But the magical time to go is either on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon, about 1 to 5. It's free to get in, ice cold beer, reasonably priced. And they have open jams. And so all these great artists from Kansas City come down and just jam out, and it's just kick ass.
Well, next time we get up there on an afternoon, we'll have to go do that. Jerry says what's happening. Miss you guys. Well, if you really miss us, you could just haul your little ass down to Spring Fling, buddy.
That's right.
We'll be happy to see you. Get the kids together. Get the kids together. Bring the band. Come have a good time.
All the cool kids are going to be at Spring Fling.
Randy said, howdy, kids. Randy will be there. Road Rush says Knuckleheads is a great place. We went to a place up in Liberty called The Landing. We had a drink there. Then we went to Caddyshack.
Well, we had margaritas first at Mexican.
Yeah, El Porta or something like that.
Yeah.
Up there in Liberty near the Texas Roadhouse, a Mexican restaurant. We had margaritas. Then we went to The Landing, had drinks. Then we later went to, I got my first shot of Whistle Pig 18. My buddy had a bottle of that, so he whipped that stuff out. And so I had an expensive drink at his place. Then we went to Caddyshack and had pizza. Then we went to Knuckleheads. So it was a pretty lively 24 hours or so for us in Kansas City.
Those are 3 really good venues. Really good venues.
Well, the whole purpose of the trip was to take my daughter out for breakfast on Sunday. She doesn't like me to talk about her much on social media, but she turned 20 and I'm pretty proud of her. She's going to college out of state, and she wanted to go to a concert in Kansas City Saturday night. So we come up and spent the night, and she shared a room with us, and she got to go do her concert thing. We got to hang out with our friends, and then we all went and had breakfast and stuff. So I got to see her on her birthday. So
we found a motel that Mike will never book again for us to stay when we go up there.
You know what? You keep it up, and I'm going to book it just for the hell of it. I don't know how we got to the same place. It was the only one that had anything available, just to rub it in.
I'll go stay at my mom and dad's.
That may not last much longer.
Or at Bates's. Go stay at his house.
Bates has got half a bed.
Sounds like the honeymoon's over.
Yeah, if I'd have been in town, you guys definitely could have had one of the spare rooms.
Well, we'll remember that next time. But we needed a room for my daughter too. So we just booked a hotel room with double beds and bunked up, and it was okay. But I swear to God, if the neighbor 2 rooms down got up and flushed the toilets, you thought somebody was in your bathroom. That's how thin the walls were.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I mean, somebody ran a sink next door, and I swear I was waiting for somebody to walk out of the bathroom after brushing their teeth. I mean, it's what it sounded like, they were in your room.
Yeah, it was bad.
Hey, we got Highway Vixen checking in on her
Woo.
way home from Arizona. Ride safe at Spring Fling. 2 Wheels Down was in here earlier. They're going to be a vendor at Spring Fling this year. They're from the Ozarks up there at the lake. So, yeah, this thing's just growing. KC Motor Babes are going to be back at Switchback. Witchcraft Cycle Works. Did you hear that, Firecracker? They're putting on a bike show.
Yeah, I seen that. I was out in the garage and listened to it a little bit. When's
The-
Bates getting there?
Thursday, I leave Thursday at 8:30.
Okay, we'll be there
In the morning.
hopefully Thursday night.
No,
I-
this thing's just getting bigger and better every year.
Mhm.
I mean, Spring Fling has always been fun, but it seems like every year a little more gets added, a few more people show up, and it's growing exponentially.
Yeah.
So, this, you know who this is, honey? You see this comment here? Hoping to come down and meet you guys, even though we live in the same town. This is Dr. Jake, and I drive by his office almost every day. But so he saw in one of my videos, he said, "Do you live in blah, blah, blah?" And I said, he said something about who he was. I said, "Yeah, I drive by your office all the time going home." So, yeah, he rides a Harley. Are you just, he had a Pan American. You still have the Pan America, or did you change that? I thought I saw a different bike in front of the office the other day. Got some blurry going on. So we'll see what he comes back with. But I Dr. Jake's a Pan Am and Sportster S. So it must have been the Sportster S I saw the other day in front of the office, because I knew he had the Pan Am.
More than one bike? That's just crazy.
Oh yeah, right. How many you got running?
9 are licensed and legal.
Okay, but are they all running right now?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the 10th one's on the rack.
Actually, we got 11 that are running, but only 9 are licensed and legal. But there's room for more. Please,
had
please donate to the Bill and Ray Need More Bikes Fund.
Yeah. Dr. Jake said he had a V-Rod too, but he sold that in July. We booked our room in October. Fling is our favorite public rally. Booked our room in October for what? What's going on in October that I've missed?
Probably booked
They
it
booked
back in
their room.
October.
That
Oh,
far
back in
advance.
October.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I booked my shit early too.
Oh, it fills up.
I've already booked Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue.
Hey, we got a house for Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue.
Yeah, we booked a house this year.
It sleeps 16 people.
You're
It's
going to
got a
sleep
pool.
with 16 people?
It sleeps. It has enough
Man,
beds for
Firecracker's
16.
gonna be busy.
Woo!
It's gonna
Mike,
be
how do you feel
fun.
about that?
I'd hate to see the
Well,
bar tab for that house.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, motorcycle parts aren't cheap, so I got to say.
$20 is $20.
So, yeah, I think it's safe to say it on the live here. I don't want to advertise it too much in case it doesn't work out. But if it works out, one of the dealerships, Renegade Harley Davidson, in fact, is going to loan me a 2024 model to ride all weekend at Spring Fling. They wanted to give me a bike for a demo ride, and I'm like, why don't I just stop and pick it up on my way to Spring Fling, ride it around all Northwest Arkansas all weekend, and then bring it back and tell everybody what I think about riding it in the mountains, how it does.
That's a win-win for them because they know you're going to love the shit out of it.
Most likely. Although I did post a video today that some people might have taken negatively. I was getting some people commenting and asking me what I thought about the audio on it. There's a vendor that puts out audio systems. They've been putting out videos about how bad the stock system is. And I mean, if Steve, when you bought your Road Glide, the stock audio was nothing to brag about. And it's not changed any. And that was kind of my point of the videos is if you bought a touring bike in the last 10 years, you know what to expect because it's not, I mean, the head unit looks better, but the volume level is not really any significant difference than it has been for stock in the last 10 years. But like all good things, there's aftermarket options, and there's upgrades that Harley sells and everything else. And some people will say, oh, for that kind of money, that bike should have that built in. Well, that's great, but if you had the best suspension built in, had the best audio built in, it had the best seat built in, and it had the 18-inch bars built in, it had, all this stuff built in, it would be even more expensive. And not every single person wants that. I mean, there are people who wear helmets and use Cardos for audio and don't care about the stereo. So they're going to be of the opinion, well, why do I got to pay extra for a fancy stereo that I don't care about? So, I mean, I get it from Harley's perspective as a manufacturer, trying to build something that meets most of the people's needs. But then for people like me that really want a high quality audio system, then I just have to pay extra for it. I'm okay with that.
Y'all got stereos on your bikes?
Maybe.
Yeah, I've heard you sing. I had to get mine turned up.
I just listen to the voices in my head.
Yeah, I think once everybody owns a Harley and kind of gets adapted to what's going on there, realizes that they're a lot of the components are put on there for the masses, and then it gives you the opportunity to pick and choose what you feel is most important for you to enjoy riding that motorcycle. You go out and get a new seat, new exhaust, stage 1, stage 4, handlebars, whatever the hell you want to do. And I agree with you, Mike. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, and there's been a couple of bugs reported about the audio system losing output and having to be reset or being flashed and updated. But I mean, and this is probably why Bill doesn't want a new bike, but everybody knows if you get the first year of something new, especially like this new 12-inch dash, there's probably going to be a few bugs here or there that didn't come out during testing with a small test group that's going to show up in production that they're going to have to do updates to fix. But the good thing is about electronics is most of the time that is fixed by software updates. It doesn't mean you go buy a new piece of hardware or replace a piece of hardware most of the time to fix that. And Harley's even made it now where you can do these updates at home with the USB key. So you don't even have to take it in the dealership to do it, which before meant for us driving it 80 miles one way to a dealership.
Well, even with the bugs, they're still more reliable than some of my bikes.
True.
So Melissa said they are so ready for Spring Fling. Can't wait to ride, relax, and unwind. Absolutely. And Nick's got a sinister system like me. Talk is always garbage. He gets it. Road Rush Sinister Sound is the way to go. I've been very happy with them. Nick thinks he needs subs. Yeah, you should just spend your money on 8-inch subs because it's not like you got to spend it on gas. I'm just giving him a little dig there. Lone Cowboy Adventure says he's got to run. We'll see you down there if you're lucky. LOL. Just kidding. So see you there. Safe travels from Keith. So it'll be a good time. Lone said he will be the ugly guy in the black cowboy hat. We'll be watching for you. But yeah, Spring Fling is going to definitely be a good time. It's going to have a lot to offer this year. Every year it gets bigger and better. And, I see a lot of potential in this rally, and I want it to grow, but I don't want it to become Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. I still want it to be Spring Fling. Yeah, I mean, I want it to grow so that everybody's making money and having a good time. And, I want all the hotel rooms to be full and all the restaurants to be full, but I still want it to be, small enough that when you walk into the bar owners can say hi and they can know you, and, they get to visit with you for, even if it's just a minute, and say, hey, I'm so glad you're here. Cause that's what happens now. And that makes you really feel at home, makes you feel welcome there.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the bartenders know me.
Most of them duck under the bar when you come in.
Excellent.
Yeah, Nick's. I saw him posting the other day that his shit's changing at work. He says he's got to get that house sold so he can get moved down here, and then we won't be able to get rid of him. Nick, I can lock the door and you can sit on the front porch and drink. Nah, come on over, brother. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on right now. I've had a few people ask when I'm getting to 2024, and like I said, that's just up in the air. We got some other things we got to make happen, but I have been working on the Dyna. I need to do an update video on that. I fixed the last of the lighting issues, fixed my light the other night. So Bill, it was kind of, maybe you would know by just seeing it, but the front turn signal bulb wouldn't flash, but the rear bulb would flash, but not at the correct speed. But the bulb was good because I could swap a good bulb from the other side into the front turn signal, and it did the same thing. Put it back and put the bad bulb, or what might have been the bad bulb, in the other side, and it works fine. So it wasn't the bulb. So yeah, I was thinking like turn signal relay or something like that. But on the Dyna, it's got one module apparently called a turn signal module. So yeah,
Are they all LEDs or conventional bulbs? Or
conventional bulbs, factory bulbs? And this is the turn signal that I replaced after she had the accident. And it's like, but I pulled it apart, checked all my solder. Everything was still soldered up, no corrosion. Connection looked good. So I even
we'll blame it on you then.
Well, we fixed it, but I had to replace the whole. When I bought the turn signals, they came in pairs. And I only needed one, so I still had a brand new one. So I pulled it out of the box, plugged it up, or just held the wires together and taped them and held them, and it blinked fine. So I knew it was the turn signal. And what somebody had said they'd seen in rare cases is like that socket bulb in there will break loose and will rotate, and then they don't make the right connection. So I think that's probably what happened to the bad one.
That can happen.
So, but it's all, the new light's all on, soldered up, good to go. It'll pass inspection when it needs to in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. And I got another part for it today that I need to get some repair work done on. And then I think if I get it all done, I'll have the Dyna I can ride all summer if I have to, if I sell the tour bike and don't get into another one right away.
Cool.
So we won't be without a bike one way or the other.
I definitely won't be.
April might let you ride bitch.
I might have to ride bitch if the Dyna goes down, if I sell my tour bike.
Well, I hear if you go to Big Trail, you can get one for no money down, no initial payment.
Yeah, I can't do that right now. I mean, if I could go do that, I could do that, but I can't do that. We're trying to do something else, which means I can't buy anything else right now.
He needed to add another no to that. No shit at the end.
How about no report to the credit bureau for 90 days? That I might be able to swing, but we're looking at buying a house, and that means I can't be buying anything or messing around with my credit in any way, shape, or form.
House, but
house with a shop.
Our budget is usually in negative numbers anyway, but
Well, that's my problem, but the bank doesn't like that. So they're like, you don't, there's no way you can actually live and pay your bills and eat according to what's on this sheet of paper. And they said, you're way too fat for this to be true.
I wake up at 7 a.m. I got like 6 or 7 creditors out there on the front door. Son of a bitch.
Let's see here. Let's look and see if we got anything interesting in the chat. Looks like everybody's just visiting with each other in there. Dave's crazy trailers in the chat. Dave, are you coming to Spring Fling?
He just said,
"Oh, I will not make it. I will not make it to Spring Fling. I will be in Florida
next year, brother."
Houses are overrated. Buy the bike. Road Rush, you're going to get yourself in deep trouble with Firecracker. You keep talking like that.
But
see, it wouldn't be such a rush, but this
house is special.
This house was my brother's that passed away. So we want to keep it in the family, and it already has the shop that we need and all that. So it's kind of a perfect thing for us.
Yeah.
It's got a shop. It's got a detached garage. It's 2 bedrooms, so it's not big enough for the kids to move back home. all the things that a grown man wants.
Buy the house.
Yeah, but moving sucks.
It does.
Could you imagine having to
You're
move
lucky
your
you live
shop,
far enough
Bill?
away. I won't be calling you to borrow your truck or trailer. It cost me more in gas than it's worth for you to bring it down here.
You ain't brought me that Sportster yet.
I know I've been trying to get the Dyna done, and I've just got it finished, and I'm ready to maybe start on another project. But if we're going to be moving, I don't know that I want to be tearing it apart till after I get it moved. So it
Chase
may be
has a question.
maybe another month or month and a half, and maybe I should just bring it up there and leave it, and we could sit there and swap parts, and then I can come back and pick it up. So we'll figure it out. Chase has a question. It's for you guys. Witchcraft Cycle Works. Are you hosting or also judging the bike show?
This is last minute. I mean, literally just a couple hours ago this evening, we were approached about this and basically said, we will do our part, whatever we need to do. We're still working out details. Ray and I briefly talked about it. And my first thought was, instead of us judging, we kind of have a horse in the race. Instead of, the content creators judging, I would like to see everybody just grab a sheet of paper and put down your favorites, and all the, all the patrons at the bar can, walk up and down and pick their favorites and just do,
a people's choice.
An old
yeah,
school.
people's choice.
Yeah. Love it.
And I'm thinking, okay, we'll do maybe like classic bikes, choppers, of course, stock, and then do a people's choice overall. But it's in the works. We're going to have to hammer out the details, but I would like to see the people make the choice and not us do the judging, or, even if we had the content creators do the judging, people kind of think, oh, well, you all know each other. You got your favorites.
Right.
I'd like to see the customers and the patrons all do the judging.
Well,
So you need to make a sheet with what classes you're going to have and have the voting sheet.
She
We can help with that. We do that at the Freedom Rally.
Good.
So
You're hired.
We are under the impression that Carrie and Andy have that already. The only thing they have to do is just change over to Spring
The names. So, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, people's choice. You have to watch if it's like a local bike show, because there'll be a favorite, maybe, but something at Spring Fling where you have a lot of people coming from everywhere. It'll be a lot harder for a local one-person thing to dominate like that kind of deal. I mean, maybe one guy that brings a big crew might be able to fluff the voting, but if people are really being honest and truthful, not just voting for their buddy's bike, it should be a good, fair way of doing it. And that's what we do at the Freedom Rallies, people's vote.
Wagonators had a question up there. When is the parade on Friday at Spring Fling?
We will be, and I hope they guys come and attend, from 5 to 7, a moto meetup at Switchback, and then parade from Switchback to the Cat House, and then a meetup at the Cat House. I'm hosting from 7:30 on. And when I say I'm hosting, that just means I created the event. All content creators are welcome. The more, the merrier. The idea is to, when I make an event like a meet and greet like this and have multiple content creators there, the idea is that somebody can come and meet 5 people in one place that maybe they watch or that they like, and, visit with them and stuff. And putting everybody together in one place means that it's better for the customer, because they get to meet all of these people, or maybe even meet new people they haven't ever seen before too. And that helps those people who are maybe smaller or just getting started get exposure. So anybody who makes content, you are welcome to come hang out with us. It is, and if you're interested in getting, you got a logo you want on the event, let me know. We'll find room for it on there somewhere. I got to put road rushes on there still, but that's what the meet and greet stuff and the parade's all about.
Yeah, parade's at 7 then.
Yes, parade's at 7. The short answer.
Yeah, Mike always goes a long way around.
We never heard you complain before.
She likes it when I go long.
We're initially, I don't know, maybe we're getting ahead of this, but we're initially thinking do the bike show that Friday, maybe like 3 to 5.
Cool.
then we can count everybody's, entries and announce a winner yet while we're doing the meet and greet from 5 to 7.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it takes a lot to count those freaking votes. At least it did for the Freedom Rally, but
we at the Freedom Rally, we have 1,000 people and maybe, 200, 300, 400 people vote.
Well,
but we had so many classes there.
We also have 10 classes in first, second, and third.
We had to count up. I think one year it was like, I don't know, it took us like 5 hours or something to count the votes. But we have a lot of classes in it.
If I have to take my shoes off and count toes, I will do it.
Hey,
somebody's going to get shorted though.
Just do it like our presidential elections. Just go. They won.
We're still getting mail-in votes.
Kathy said hi. We missed Kathy and Ori at Daytona Beach. We never did run into them or hear from them, and we were so busy. I should have gave them a shout out and hollered at them, but hopefully they had a good time.
We used to know somebody like that. They got tired of living next to us and had to leave the state.
Hey,
it wasn't just the state, man. They left the whole mid part of the country. Shit. Like, I mean, besides California, I'm not sure, or Oregon, I'm not sure you can get much further away. Maybe the tip of Texas.
Mike, you mentioned your Sportster a second ago. Yes, do we know if they're going to have the outdoor event thing that they tried to do? Okay. Somebody might know.
As far as I know, there is no Flatheads rally, and that's not. I don't know the details. I just know there's nothing been about it. And when I asked, they said no. So,
because some people might want to know that.
Yeah, I let somebody else who was thinking about building a bike know a few months ago that I heard it was not going to happen. So, vote early, vote often. Watch out for those bloated chads. Am I going to sell that beautiful motorcycle fast and loads of videos for potential buyer to see the adventures you went? They can go on too. But I my daughter was a little upset when I first told her I was going to sell it. She told me the other day, I've known that motorcycle longer than I've known my stepmom. And so, but the fact is, it's a touring bike.
It's not that much longer than she's known me. You only got like not long before we got together.
About 9 months.
Yeah.
But it's a touring bike. I bought it to ride, and it was maybe when I bought it, I thought I would keep it forever, but I didn't know I was going to put 10,000 miles a year on it either. And that's turned out to be the case. And, I didn't have a content channel when I bought it. And with all the changes to the 2024 models and with where I'm at on YouTube, and with what I said last fall that if they put all these things in a bike, it's what I would want to buy. And they put 90% of it in the bike and lowered the price. So, I'm kind of, I got to eat my words and go buy the goddamn bike. That's kind of the way it is.
We got your ass, Mike.
I didn't say it just to make content. I meant it, and I do want one. It just got to make the deal make sense and make it happen. And everybody says Chase says April's way cooler than the bike.
It's a given.
True.
Nick Don says likes the bike better.
Meaning your daughter likes the bike better than me.
I know.
It's probably true.
Hey, Jonesy's in the house. I want Jonesy to see this, buddy, right there. Jonesy stopped by. He's from a state east of us, and he was passing through and hollered at me the other day, and we went and had lunch, and he gave me this beautiful hat.
It always happens when I'm at work and I can't come hang out.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Jonesy probably doesn't want to come through here at 5 p.m. since he's got so far to go.
Well, next time Mike's just got to let me know ahead of time so that way I can be sick all of a sudden and need to go home.
Well, Jonesy needs to let you know next time ahead of time because I didn't know till he was at Owensville that he was coming. So I didn't know till he was 25 minutes away, and I just happened to be headed in the same direction. So we met up at lunch and hung out for an hour, and I got a free hat out of the deal. I appreciate it, Jonesy. It's a good-looking hat, and I've been wearing it all week. Jay's got to jump. See you at Spring Fling, if not sooner. Absolutely, brother. And I saw the video on the Indian, and it might have tasted funny, but don't worry. By the time you do Triumph and Honda and Suzuki, you'll be a horde. It won't even matter.
He thinks Indians are the best. Well, if I get my Harley running in time to show up, we're going to fight about that.
Outside the cat house.
That's right.
If I get my Harley running.
I like it.
I love Ray Ray's white bike. Is that a voodoo child too?
No, it is not. Someone is in very big trouble.
Uh-oh.
There was a video that went out today, and it shows part of my bike, but all it shows is just the color. So he's okay with that, but that's all the details that there is at this moment.
I was supposed to take the tins off before I did the video, and I thought that's just too much work.
You told her, yeah, I'll do that, honey. No, I won't.
Whoops.
There's still a lot of painting and prep work, and I really don't know. I'm still trying to get it done in time, but it's not looking good.
Well, Chase said still waiting for his BMW version. So, I mean, I don't know if he's offering his BMW up as a donor bike. Is that what that sounds like, Bill? Have you ever chopped up a BMW?
Bring it by.
Have Sawzall will
but you bring it by, but plan on leaving it for a while.
That would make an interesting chopper.
Mm-hmm.
Jonesy said, I'll let you know in advance next time. So, have you ever seen any of these like German BMW R18 builds, like bagger builds that are like way out there? So I've seen a few of them on YouTube and a few places I see because I keep track of a lot of like news stuff. And when these premium builders in Germany will put out this custom R18, it'll make a magazine article or something like that. But I have seen some really, really amazing customized BMW R18s. You wouldn't know that this bike was that bike. I mean, it's like the Paul Yaffe kind of thing, but on a BMW R18. And I think he actually maybe did a BMW R18 this year, big custom bagger build.
I was just going to mention he did. He had it at Arizona Bike Week. I stood right by it for 10 minutes.
And it don't look like nothing like a stock bike.
Stretched it all out. I think he said it's 10 feet long. It was pretty cool.
Damn.
For a bagger.
Yeah, it had a 26, maybe a 30. I can't remember how big the front wheel was, but it was big. And
talk about a 3-point turn.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm not a huge BMW guy, but it was pretty cool. He stretched out the bags and all that stuff. Right, Firecracker?
Yep.
I'll get silence when I take a drink.
I know.
You wait till I drink and then nobody says nothing.
Let me join
you. Oh, shit.
You call that a drink?
Chug. Chug.
Oh, no.
He's still got work to do tonight, doesn't he?
Yeah. We have a bike that needs to try to get finished.
Right on.
You have a little cheering section for you every night. Bill says, I just want to go to bed. She's like, honey, we need a bike finished.
You should see the whip marks on my back.
She don't have the cattle prod, the electric one, shocking the crap out of you.
She's using a whip instead of an electric cattle prod.
The batteries went dead, so yeah, she had to go to the whip.
Wow. I'll send you some. I'll send you some batteries, Ray, so you can get production level back up to an acceptable level.
That might help.
We were discussing last night that, it's getting closer, and, eventually we're going to have to put it back on the road. Who's doing the test drive? And she let me know without any uncertain terms that I would be the one riding that thing the first few times.
I trust you, babe, but you are driving it first.
Yeah. She doesn't trust me that much, I guess.
But I feel like there's maybe a theme here, because after I put the Dyna back together.
No, you insisted on taking the Dyna for a ride after you put it together because I had wrecked it. You insist on that one. Now, when he put the Sport Glide back together after we did the paint and everything, I made him take it for a ride. But it was just up the road to get gas and back, so he didn't get it that far.
And we didn't do a lot of mechanical stuff for that. That was pull all the tents and, of course, pull the gauge and a few, fuel lines and a few electrical things and stuff. But I didn't have to take the wheels and the motor out or anything, drastic.
Or weld pieces.
Cut the frame in half and re-weld it. Yeah. No, I am, whether I get this bike done or not, probably not. I'm looking forward to actually getting away from here and having time to relax and have some fun. The weather has been getting warmer here, and we haven't been riding because I've been in work mode, and I'm ready to just put work behind me and head to Arkansas and have some fun.
Well, I get the feeling, but I can't say that I haven't had a little bit of riding this year. I mean, we did get a couple days in Vegas, a full week in Daytona.
You got a couple days in Vegas.
Well, like I said, I got a couple days in Vegas. I got a full week in Daytona. I mean, I don't know how much we rode in Daytona, but I'll bet you we put 1,000 miles in those 8 days easy, because we rode up St. Augustine and back twice. And just running around town, but we didn't. I mean, it's not like we left them parked all day. We'd go from here to that bike show, back to the speedway, back to here. Everywhere was a 15, 20-mile jog,
It was nice, but it wasn't the nice riding like we have around here.
Right. Is that something that you would be looking to do again?
Well, we do want to do Florida again. We want to do Bike Week again, but we want to do it different. I mean, we learned that 8 days in Daytona, getting there that early, is a little more than what we want. If you want to go to a bike show every day, then and sit at the bar all day and watch a bike show and just hang out, you're probably fine. I mean, if that's your thing,
the bike shows were so packed though. It was hard to even be able to look at the bike. Well, the ones at the Speedway weren't bad, but the last one we went to, it was so packed. You couldn't even get in to see the bikes because it was so packed.
Yeah,
Willie's just in this little.
Willie's Tropical Tattoo takes place in a fairly small venue for as many bikes as, and it's a ride-in bike show. So some people rode in and paid the admission just to have a place to park. Because there was no place to park otherwise. So not all of the bikes that were in there, would I say, were there intentionally just for the show to show them. Some of them were like, cool, I can pay $20 and park here and I don't have to dick around for half an hour trying to find a place or walk 5 blocks. Because I mean, we spent 10 minutes, 15 minutes looking for a parking spot. Cops are running people out of yards. They're parking in people's yards, parking on sidewalks, parking everywhere for blocks around there. It is packed. And it was a cool show and it was a cool environment, but the parking there is definitely an issue. And then, Destination Daytona is huge, but if you're not there to spend money with vendors, I mean, how many sets of handlebars and exhaust do you need to look at if you're not buying? I mean, it's cool to see some of the products. I got to talk to somebody from Buell Motorcycles and look at the new Buell. And they were, they actually had subscribed to my channel and knew who I was and stuff. And so that was kind of cool. I told them that if they ever need somebody to go out and do a video review on this thing when they got it close to production, let me know. I knew a guy, that kind of thing. But it was cool to see some of the vendors and talk to them. It's not something I can do every day. That's a one time at a rally thing for me. I like to go see Sinister Sound and the Fairing Exchange and a couple other vendors I know. And like I talked to Sinister and found out if they had anything ready for audio for the 2024s yet or not, those kinds of things. But it's Daytona, especially early in the week, is bike shows and hanging out at the bars and concerts. And that's kind of one scenic ride, and that's
So
it.
basically what we talked about doing when we go back is either go to Daytona for a couple days first and then ride down and stay a day or two at Key West and then go back home, or vice versa, whichever one we stop at first. But we've never been to the Keys, so then we could ride down there, see that. He says only stay one night. I say we at least stay 2 nights so we kind of get the experience a little bit.
Well,
I hate
I
going
figured-
somewhere and just having a day and get there and it wasn't enough time for me.
Yeah, we
So-
can figure that part out. I would say now, if you're into motorcycle racing, whether it's flat track or the Daytona 200 or King of the Baggers, then definitely Thursday through Saturday is a good time to be in Daytona, because you could go to a bike show. Like Thursday, we went to Willie's Tropical Tattoo in the morning for a couple hours, and then went over and watched qualifying races and things like that. And was it Thursday night or Friday night that they had the flat track race? But one night they had a flat track race. The Daytona 200 took place on Saturday, and they opened the grandstands up for that. Actually, so I was kind of surprised. If you guys have all seen pictures, probably the Daytona Speedway for the NASCAR races and stuff. That thing is how many people do we figure out it held? 100,000 or something. Like it holds more people than the city of Daytona has for population.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's huge. So, but they don't open those grandstands up for anything until the Daytona 200 Saturday race deal. So Friday, when you want to watch the qualifyings and everything else, you watch it from the infield, and you can walk down there and walk through the garages and see the guys working on the bikes and, meet people down there. And it was really cool. But, if you're not a race fan, that's not going to get you very long, So it kind of depends on what you're into, on maybe how many days you want to be there and what you want to watch.
See, I think it would be cool for us to go down, do a couple days in Daytona, go ride down to Key West, stay like 2 nights there, and then come back and hit the Saturday races when we on our way back before we head home.
So get back on Friday night and catch the races on Saturday, and then go to
Sunday.
Then go to Main Street on Saturday night, so you can I'm ready to get the fuck out of here and go home. And get up Sunday and leave, because you guys know Firecracker, she's not afraid to party a little bit, but she was not thrilled on downtown.
I'm shocked.
Well, I think it's more, we weren't really drinking. We were just walking down through there. I think if I had a couple drinks in me and was drinking, and I think if I had more of our friends there, and stuff, but I just wasn't real impressed with being down there. Just me, him, and John walking through the crowds and worrying about scratching somebody's bike because they got parked on the sidewalk. And
yeah, people were talking online about how bad the cops are and how hard the cops are and writing people tickets for stuff. If people pulled shit at Bike Fest like they did down there, half of them would be in jail. They have no idea. They think the cops down there are being hard. Shit, the cops up here would have had a cow over the shit we saw down there.
It was funny. So I'm at Cave Creek, and a couple years ago, John Shope got arrested for doing a big burnout at one of the bars there. And so when I was walking by the cop, I go, you going to arrest John Shope again this year? And he goes, my goal is to arrest no one. And I'm like, that's a great answer.
I really didn't feel like I seen them being bad. Of course, we weren't down there on the main street except for one night. We weren't down there long, but I mean, I feel like they were just trying to make people be safe and obey the laws, basically. I didn't see them being assholes or out of line by any means. Even when we were riding, I mean, I didn't feel like they were, people were flying through the town when it's the speed limit's like what, 45 on the thing, and I mean they just fly and go through there, and they're revving their bikes and stuff. And a lot of places they go to wouldn't put up with that. And I don't feel like they were really pulling people over a lot, but
Unfortunately, when you get a rally that's that big, a large part of them are these, hey, look at me. I just bought a bike. I'm the baddest thing around. Watch this. And they want to show off for everybody else and do stuff they shouldn't.
Yep.
You're not impressing anyone.
Have you seen that video where the guy says, I remember the day I became cooler than everybody else? It was the day I got my motorcycle.
No.
There's literally a like a real meme thing where that's what they're getting at is, like some people, because they got a motorcycle, think they're cooler than everybody else.
Yeah.
Some people aren't, but just because you got a bike doesn't make you that,
Yeah.
There's more to it than just owning a motorcycle.
well, and let's see how you ride first,
True.
because there's a lot of non-riding motherfuckers there in Daytona. I'm telling you right now.
Just because you can make the payments doesn't make you capable of riding that thing.
Yeah. We at one of our bike nights at one of the Harley dealerships here in Kansas City that, people always come in and they'll ride their bike. And to April's statement there, I always yell out and I go, yeah, I got one too, motherfucker. Really?
Our friend Jay used to say that all the time when he worked at a dealership. He said, you wouldn't believe how many guys come in, buy a brand new bike and don't make it home.
Well, yeah. I know a guy that dropped his on the way home.
So some of them would literally get out of the parking lot and run over the railing and, wreck the bike right there.
Well, and that's my thing. I guess I am very worried about messing up myself or causing somebody else an accident, that I don't want to drive stupid and, cause somebody else to wreck. I think Bill froze up.
I think Bill froze and we couldn't get a better shot. Somebody grab a sneak screenshot of this quick before it done freezes.
Shut up so I can get my camera out.
Look, he's got his mouth open like he wants to insert something in it.
Got it. I got it.
You got it on your camera, but I'm going to take a screenshot right here on the computer. High quality, 1080p.
He might be sitting there trying to talk to us.
Oh, I'm sure he is. He's dropped. Chase got it. Chase got it too. Okay, everybody that got that, I want you to post it on Facebook. Bill was speechless. Just post that picture. Road Rush got it too. So everybody post that and say the minute Bill was speechless, the one time, only because his connection froze.
That's the look he gives when somebody brings an Indian in there for him to work on.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're an hour and 37 minutes.
Shit.
We not answered anything that anybody need to know about Spring Fling? We talked about Daytona a little bit. It is, for those that have not been, it's definitely, Ormond Beach, the loop was fun. It was scenic, but it's not technical. It's not curvy. You're not, laying down in the corner and dragging shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a road anywhere near Daytona that you can do that on.
Now, you didn't accomplish something I was hoping you would, and that's right on the beach. Would that be something next time you go?
It was $20 a bike.
It's a little
It was
steep.
$20.
It's a little steep.
So Bill said, I think our laptop died. The other side of the coin there, besides it just being steep, but you can ride it for free if you get out there before 8 a.m. But the high tide, was from Wednesday or Thursday on, was right before 8 o'clock. So, you couldn't really get out there then. And then it was pay $20. And for us as a group, if I just wanted to go do it by myself, to do it for YouTube or something, I could have paid the $20, but for all three of us to go, that's $60 just to ride down the beach for, a quarter mile and get off at the next street.
Right. Yeah, that sucks. They need to lower that.
We did ride in the sand, pulling in when we did the loop. We pulled over at like a little place where you could go down, walk down to the beach, but it was a bathroom and stuff there. And I rode on the sand there, and it wasn't pat down sand. It was loose as could be.
Oh, shit.
They're back. It's Windows. Just reboot it. Hey, I got a comment up here for John Sharp, and it says, oil your bike before you go Daytona or it'll start rusting. But, he's not going to like this, but I'm going to tell him that's just because that's that cheap metric chrome. Ooh. Yeah, but you know what? That's his. That's he's Bill. You may not know, but John got a new bike. He has gone to the dark side. He is riding a street glide.
He's one of the cool kids now.
I told him
he's
he's got a birthday coming up, and I want everybody to know that John needs Harley t-shirts for his birthday so he can get his biker apparel caught up.
He should have got a Fast Johnny.
He bought a 15 Street Glide, low miles, 11,000 miles on it. It came from up north where they don't get to ride as much. And it was stored at the dealership every winter. It has a stage 5 tire shredder kit on it. So it's a 110 that's built, 120 horse, 120 foot-pounds of torque. He let me ride it. It's got a 2-into-1 exhaust on it. It sounds good. Reminds you of anybody's bike, Bill? It's not a 120, but it's a 110. But it's a mean bike. It looks good. He traded price and reliability for cruise control and a radio.
and chicks.
He's married.
Yeah.
And he's already told her he's taking the back sissy bar off because she's going to ride her own. She's not riding with him.
I was about to say, well, now he's happily married.
So she sold her bike because she decided he let her ride his bike, his Honda VTX, and she liked it and she felt more confident on it and stuff. And it's a bigger bike. She was riding a little 750. So she's going to start riding his VTX 1300. And he's like, well, we're not riding 2 up, so I'm going to have to go buy a new bike. So he went and bought a 15 Street Glide that's decked out. Chrome wheels. It's nice. Chrome front end.
And it's been taken really good care of.
It's got really Legends. Nice. It's got Legends Air Ride on the back. It's got the boom audio. It's got all chrome front end.
Well, you'll see it at Spring
Fling.
Don't worry. They're coming.
He's bringing it down. He should put it in that bike show that Witchcraft Cycle Works is hosting.
Welcome to the dark side.
Hey, can I give him a word of advice? Hey, John, before you get home, make sure those passenger pegs are up. Because you're riding a Harley now. So I'm just trying to help you out. You're married. I want you to stay married.
Well, he's riding a Harley. He's riding a Harley now. You better check all the, nuts and bolts and make sure everything's tight. Nothing's rattled loose too.
Loctite is your friend.
Yeah. Use red Loctite everywhere.
No. As your mechanic, do not do that.
Sorry. I couldn't help it. Bill, I want to share with you. When you guys froze, I told you everybody take a screenshot because you had a beautiful pose. I told him to post it all on social media and tag you. It was the one moment that Bill was speechless. Now, I'm going to share this with you because I want you to know what's coming.
I think the battery went dead in the laptop, but yeah, hit me with it.
All right.
We may have had a little bit of fun at your expense.
I'm glad everybody can have fun at my expense.
There you go, buddy. So expect some screenshots of that on social media.
Oh,
but we'll tag you in it. Hey, you know what they say about publicity? There's no such thing as bad publicity.
True.
Yes, there is. And the internet is forever.
Hey, Keith and Renee Ray said hello. Chasing Adventure says red Loctite is the devil.
Good stuff when you need it, but don't overuse it.
Chasing Adventures needs to post more videos. Come on, get with it. Record some stuff, put some videos out there. We're behind you.
We got I think I've got a video me and John are gonna be doing together. He was looking for something for his bike, and I have a hookup, and so we're gonna put a part on his bike and do a video on that. I've got maybe some stuff if it comes in time to post. You guys may not know that I got hooked up with Cardo, and I'm waiting on something from them, but I've got another connection, another company, a big company that's got a new product coming out that we'll be talking about later this month. I can't say what's coming and who it is just yet till the certain date, but some cool stuff. But we've got a video coming for TCMT where we're going to do an install on John's bike. I got a gear review coming. Of course, I got a bunch of bikes to review that I rode at Daytona. So I'm almost done. I only got 2 more Daytona videos to get them done. And I know not everybody's into them and they're probably tired after 8 of them, but it was our first time at Daytona. So videoing it also was like kind of documenting the experience for us. And then also next year I can go back and look at that and say, okay, here were the highlights and the best things and the things we enjoyed and what, I would recommend you maybe do if you've never been, or what you need to know if you've never been to Daytona. I mean, we was Saturday night before we found out about the Daytona tap room, wasn't it, honey?
We found out right before we went there to eat.
Yeah, on Saturday night, last night.
Yeah.
And it was definitely, there's a few nights we ate other places that I'd have rather ate there.
Is that where you got the grilled
cheese with the burger and peanut butter and jelly?
So Firecracker, tell them all about how to build this thing.
So you have a grilled cheese sandwich for the bottom bun, and then it's got a burger and whatever toppings, and then it's got peanut butter and jelly, and then the top is another grilled cheese sandwich. So it was good. Me and John shared it. We cut it in half, and I mean that half I didn't even finish the whole half that I had.
I tell you what, that is, you want to get on the topic of food. That is one thing about Eureka Springs. For such a small town, they have so many motels and they have so many restaurants, and everybody is competing for your business. So everybody in Eureka Springs is bringing their A game.
Yeah.
The food in Eureka Springs, oh my God.
Tasty.
I think I gained 10 pounds every time I hit the city limits.
Well, and it's so hard to choose. You got Amigos, you got the Cat House, you got the Switchback,
the Horseshoe.
We haven't even been to them all yet. I mean, there's so many places to eat.
Every year you can go to a new place. Now we've got a new place opening up. We got to go try. Last year we tried Jonesy's out for the first time, and now we've got another place, Polly's, opening up. So every year there's something new. But then you have your staples, like the Cat House and the Switchback and Amigos and the what's the Mexican joint where the bike show was? La Familia's. I mean, I need to eat 4 meals a day when I'm down there just to say hi to everybody.
Across from La Familia's Sparky's. Have you guys ever?
We have not been there yet.
That is on our list.
It's like an old diner in the front end, and then on the back end, you almost feel like you're in a outdoor shed. Food's good.
Well, and the Italian place that we liked closed.
Yeah.
But there is another one there that we haven't tried, but
I tell you what, for anybody that hasn't been to Eureka Springs or the Cat House, if you're coming to Spring Fling this time around, the Cat House, it's not your typical bar food. I mean, they take this to another level. Oh, it's so good.
Steak strip sandwiches, Reubens, I like their cheeseburgers, but not everybody's into cheeseburgers.
Yeah. The food, you're gonna get a good meal there.
It's not your typical bar food.
The great thing about, like, if we don't get to eat at all the places that Spring Fling is, Bill, we get to go back in 2 weeks and try it for International Female Ride Day and try and fit 1 or 2 more in.
Sweet.
What I need you to do is leave your credit card again so I can try some of these places out.
Let's try not to do that. Cassie says she
Cassie.
wants skinny chicken strips over cheeseburgers. Cassie doesn't like fat chicken strips, only skinny chicken strips. Yes, she's very picky.
The front legs or the back legs?
So, IFRD. Yeah, I guess we haven't talked about that. We probably should put a plug in for that as well. I mean, it's only
that's going to be hopefully a big get together as well.
it's what is it 3 weeks after Spring Fling?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
May 4th.
May 4th.
Oh, I gotta. If we're gonna do poker chips, get some ordered too for that. If
I
we
gotta
want
order
to do
some
them again.
stickers. Yeah, especially if you're doing special ones for IFR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just figured I'd use the same thing, just put the different year on it. So
Yeah.
they've got my logo saved. The logo saved. So
So for everybody that's not in on the details of this, IFR, the International Female Ride weekend, last year the ladies here did a tour around Eureka Springs area. We did a nice little ride. This year we're doing something a little different, and the ladies are going to be leading everyone down to Fort Smith, Arkansas, and we're going to meet up at the Steel Horse Rally down there. So this could be an interesting weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Is Steve coming? Is Steve coming?
I don't know.
Could be.
Oh.
It could be for
Right
your channel. Between Spring Fling and International Female Ride Day, you might make 70 subscribers.
I know it. God damn, I'm getting pulled in a lot of different directions.
listen
don't-
here.
You
It's
don't
what
even have to
happens.
spread your legs.
Everything that I invite you to, you always tell me you can't.
I'll do my best.
Well, you have a couple of women here that will beat you up if you don't. So there you go.
That's a promise.
He might like that too much.
I'm gonna say if I can get beat up by some women, I'm there.
Well, she's got a nice whip, so
All right.
Well worn in, right?
It's been getting lots of use this last
Fix
week.
that goddamn Harley, you son of a bitch.
So I just throw the link out there for if there's anybody in the chat by now that has not signed up to Bagger Bader's channel. Make sure you get over there and check him out. He did
I
have
appreciate that.
Yeah, he did have a little spike at Arizona Bike Week.
Yeah, I'm starting to get the channel kind of where I want it. You know, a little bit loosey goosey, and just for fun.
Yeah, you got your Arizona Bike Week starts today. That was almost 1,000 views and lost
Yeah.
half of our crew at AZ Bike Week.
Yeah, that one did 1,600, and that was the first video I really did where I felt like that's what I want it to be. So,
Cool.
yeah.
it takes a while to find your niche.
Yeah, I mean, initially I was kind of like, because I got a potty mouth, and then I'm like, how far do I want to take it? And I still run a business here in town. I don't want to,
Right.
I got to be careful.
Well, I mean, you gotta feel it out. And then, like I always tell you, everybody, your worst videos will be your first videos. Just keep working at it. It'll get easier. It'll get better. I'm still trying to figure it out, and I'm over 400, 500 videos. I don't even know how many I've done now, but you just keep doing it.
We're a year into it, and I still find myself going,
Oh yeah. Oh, don't worry. You're just getting your cherry popped at a year still.
Well, the fun of it is, as you're learning, you watch Mike and some of these other channels that really got their shit together, and you're just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
They make it look easy, but there's so much going on to make that video what it ends up being.
the editing.
Oh, fuck. I mean, and this, like Mike was saying earlier, the angles and the, setting up the camera and all this shit. And I'm like, I ain't going to do that.
Boy, you think that's difficult? Try making this face look good. All the editing in the world don't help that.
Well, when you can do a job in like an hour, it'll actually take you about 2 hours because you have to stop, you have to set it up, you have to think about what you want to say, and all that.
Wait till you miss something that's key, and you got to take it back apart just so you can put it back together and record it.
We have.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Yeah, I mean it happens.
It's like, dang it, we didn't do this.
I did a one night, I forget what job it was on. I did a couple hours worth of work and realized I was hitting the button wrong and it wasn't recording.
Yes.
I've been there. I've done that. I've had recordings with no audio. I mean, I hit the button. There's just no audio. It's gone, which is not to be, cutting into gear, but it's one reason I changed cameras, changed brands, because I had that too many times and I was like, I'm done. And luckily I can say I have not had that any with the Insta. I have not a single time has it recorded and there not been audio like there should have been, like it only went half-assed and you thought you either didn't get it at all or you got it all, no in between.
We were just happy-go-lucky bikers until last year, and Mike's like, you need to start a YouTube channel. It's great. Okay, we'll do that. Oh,
hey, you know what they say?
I got a drinking problem.
You had a drinking problem long before then, brother. Don't put that on my back. Besides, misery loves company.
He's just on fire tonight.
We can't complain. I don't know what we had envisioned when we started this a year ago, but I think we're doing pretty well for our first 13 months into it.
Well, and like I said, you're being true to your nature. You're making content that's what you do, how you live, the lifestyle you live. I make some content that is found around something that I was interested in, but I never really dreamed I would be making content about it. I've already had people ask me, are you going to do a financial quarter update later this month when Harley releases their updates? Those videos don't do like great for views. I could probably do some other video that would get more views if I only cared about what gets views. But there are people who literally are waiting for me to make that video. They want to know what I think after Harley does a financial call. And Harley knows that I'm going to do the video. So they want to know what I think. I mean, there's people who are employees there have literally told me that I don't read our report. I wait to see what your video says because I want to see your perspective on it before I actually look at the numbers.
Yeah. Well, that's how you and I got started. I mean, that's how you and I met. I told you that how much I enjoyed your financial reports and that you were the only one out there that was really doing them, and started a friendship.
Yeah. And to just so if everybody doesn't know, I haven't looked today, but the other day I saw a thing that Harley Davidson stocks were like at an all-time high from the last 4 or 5 year period. They were up to $50 a share. And when Jochen Zeitz took over as CEO like 4 years ago in 2020, we were down around I think below $20 mark. So I said last quarter that, or after the last quarter update, they were predicting results to be low or flat. I said they were sandbagging. I think they tried to set the bar low. They knew these new 2024s were going to make a big splash. I've heard sales that are not bad with them, that a lot of people are interested in them. And the more they look at them at the dealership, the more they're getting used to them, the more they're interested in them. I think sales are not going to be flat. I think they're going to be good. So I expect a good report, but we'll see if the numbers back me up based on what I'm hearing.
The Icon series, I think, has been a hit. And of course, the Lowrider STs, they knocked that out of the park.
Well, Bill, you're kind of an old school guy. Did you see the Hydra Glide red and white bike? What'd you think of that for a modern heritage? Because I know you got a little special place in your heart for the heritage.
If I had the money, I'd probably own one already. It's I understand you have to have the modern technology nowadays, but it's really a nod to the old school bikes, and the lines on it are, I mean, I like it.
For a $2,500 upgrade over the base price of a Heritage to have a limited edition, serial numbered, special edition, old school paint, not at the old school bags. Even, I mean, I rode it for 2 hours. They let me take it out and ride it, and I haven't got that video done yet. But even the speedometer has a nostalgic look to it. Like on the current Heritage, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever it is. That one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even the face of the speedometer was thought about, and they didn't just slap the same speedometer in there they're using for everything else. And people may not think that's a big deal, but for a manufacturing company, that's a cost to have that special one for just 2,000 units.
No, I dig the lines on that, the looks of it. The only thing I don't like is the windshield. I'd take that off, throw it away. But other than that, I'm serious. If I had the money, I'd own one already. I dig the looks of that bike.
Yeah, I went to Buddy Stubbs, Harley Davidson there in Phoenix, and they had one in the showroom, and so we all went over there and checked it out. God, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to tell you, when I was at Renegade, they had one just a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know if it's still there, but they had one. And if you go in there, tell them you're friends with riding in the Ozarks, I bet they'll even let you buy it if you have enough money.
What if I have no money?
We could always do the Jesse James payment plan.
Then please don't mention my name.
I don't know what I don't know what happens. I work my tail off for a living, and I spend my money on whiskey, women, and motorcycles, and the rest of it I just waste. But
Exactly. Well said, sir.
Yeah, so stock is currently setting at $42.88. It opened up at $43. The 52-week high is $44. But that's over the 50-week. But I think I'm going to jump out here, see if I can do a longer period. But yeah, I mean, it was not that long ago that it was down at $30. So if you'd have bought it, let's see, back in October, November of last year at $27, you'd be making $15 on $27. That's a lot better investment than the bank's going to give you on your savings account.
Yes.
Well, and motorcycles is one of them things. Come October, November, the market goes down. It's wintertime.
Right.
Even the used bike market goes down. And then once the weather warms up, and especially with the new bikes come out, the big reveal, and things get moving again.
So in 2020, in early 2020, if you'd have bought stock, you could have got it right before when they brought the new CEO in. It was down to $17 a share. So, and the high since then has been about 49. So we're not quite at the highest level, but we're inching back that way. And I would say if sales numbers are good at the end of the month, they're going to go up to that record $49, $50 a share level.
So what you're saying is, instead of spending money on all the damn motorcycles, I should have just bought stock.
If you'd have bought stock, a lot of stock at $17, you could go buy the Heritage.
Oh shit!
But I can't ride the stock.
Like you don't have something else you could have rode. 9. Licensed and running.
Hey, I got a funny bike shop story for you. So this guy I know told me this pretty funny story. Guy had a pretty nice bike, tricked out quite a bit, kind of a show bike, wanted to have some more work done to it, took it to a shop. And about a month later, he calls and he's like, How's my bike looking? Yeah, it's just not quite. You know, I got to waiting on this part, and man, like 2 more months go by, pretty much the whole summer's over. And he's like, where's my bike? We're just, this, that, and the other. Finally he goes down there. Bike's all done. And then, so he gets home, and then he's rummaging through Facebook, happens to go across this builder's Facebook page, and sees a slew of pictures of his bike with this dude riding it with chicks on the back. And dude rode his bike all summer, bike nights and all kinds of shit. Jesus.
Oh,
Not good. Not good.
No.
I will ride a customer's bike just to make sure it's right, around the block or two, but yeah, not for months on end all summer.
Right. Yeah, not good.
All right, guys. Well, I think it's 9 o'clock. I think it's time to let Bill get back to work. He's got a long night ahead of him. I see Ray was reaching for the whip a minute ago. And we've got some stuff to get done here on our end. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Spring Fling again. We're going to remind everybody, Friday night, 5 o'clock, Moto meetup at the Switchback. We'll be there till 7. Then we're going to do a parade, leaving at 7, headed to this cat house. And then we'll have a meetup at 7:30 at the cat house. Yes, Bill?
No, you got to show up at 3 for the bike show.
Oh, 3 on Friday is the bike
3
show.
to 5. 3 to 5. We're going to work out the details, but I think we're going to do the bike show right before the moto meetup, say like 3 to 5. But we'll work out the details.
Okay, you let me know. We'll get it shared out there. John said wild hogs.
Do what?
John said wild hogs.
Oh,
John's coming to Spring Fling this year on his
Nice.
Harley.
so I don't know if he's referencing a little video that we did. What was that? BBB.
Yes.
We were at a little hole in the wall diner downtown Eureka Springs, and we were there Friday morning. And I looked around and I said, "Baby, I got to do it." She's like, "No, don't. There's old men sitting here." So Saturday,
All the locals.
all the locals. Saturday, I looked around and I said, "Baby, there ain't no locals in here. There ain't no old man. I got an urge. I got to do it." She's like, "Oh, go ahead. Hang on. Let me get my camera." We're in this little restaurant, little, diner type size thing full of bikers. I stood up with my coffee mug and said, "Wild hogs." The place just lit up laughing, and other guys lifting their mugs. Wild hogs. I don't know if that's what he's referencing, but that video got thousands of views.
Awesome.
I mean, I've heard people talk about it, but if you think about that video's, I mean, it's got some extremes for entertainment, but it is the kind of the epic of what this represents to so many people. They get together with their friends. They take this trip once a year or whatever. Now, some of us may do it more often than others, but it's that bond of friendship over motorcycles and sharing that experience. I did a little video talking about, it talks about like telling a story, and your friends will, know the stories, but your best friends help you write them. And
Right.
I did that while putting a video up of riding Ormond Beach in the background. And that thing has gotten like 300,000 views in a week on a reel because it resonates with people. That's such an, emotional part of why we do this is, for some people it's solo riding. They don't ever do it with any friends. But for some people it is, whether it's the riding with friends or just meeting the friends at the destination, whatever, but it's sharing this experience with other people that feel the same way, that camaraderie, that bond. And that's why this community is so good and why so many people get so much from it.
Yeah.
And if you manage to live to an old age, at least have good stories to tell.
Yeah, John comments. John said, "You ran that guy off the road too." Yeah, he was riding beside me and we were passing each other recording, in the camera, how we'll do that. And some guy made a comment about, oh yeah, you just rode that poor guy off the road. I'm like, what? The guy,
yeah.
my friend who was riding side by side with me, you know, because at like one point he'd pull forward a little bit and he'd back up because he had a camera on his bike recording me, you know, so he's trying to catch me moving. And so, of course, somebody's always got to assume the worst of you.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, joining us tonight, hanging out with us, Bill and Ray. We appreciate you guys getting on the stream and visiting. Make sure you guys are checking out Witchcraft Cycle Works. If you're not already subscribed, what are you guys up to these days?
Oh, we're at 6:20, 6:30 or something. I don't know.
Like 6:30 something.
Right on. Well, let's see that number grow. I'm going to find your channel here and throw a link out there unless one of you guys has got it handy for your channel. I know there's not a ton of people in here, but maybe there's somebody in here that hasn't already subscribed to you. Maybe somebody will watch this on a replay.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I'll take back half them bad things I said about you now.
There's still a lot of shit out there then.
All right. Well, I am sure we will probably be talking this weekend or something whenever we get something figured out with the bike show and all that stuff.
Yep. I put the link out there for anybody that doesn't have it for Witchcraft Cycle Works. They've been working on a chopper build for Ray and stuff like that, but they also cover these events they go to and stuff. And, check them out. If you guys don't know by now, you should know Firecracker's channel. And Mr. Bagger Bader's growing. So it's cool to have other people playing in the same sand pit as me. We'll see y'all later and try not to pick up any cat poo in there, boys. All right. Y'all be good. Good night.
Peace.